And guess what? I've discovered...
I'm so sorry, John. We always do that, don't we, when we get excited? Okay, maybe this is an opportunity. This is another faux pas.
Hello, you lucky YouTube fans. You've reached Fred and John Talks. I'm going to talk to you today about plastics. Plastics are everywhere. Everything is wrapped in plastic. Your food, your car, everything's wrapped in plastic. By the way, I've decided that we as human beings are shrink wrapped in plastic ourselves. We are totally enveloped and wrapped in plastics. They are everywhere. It's a worldwide problem. They're in the air, the water, the sea, in seafood. Mount Everest has drilled cores finding plastics in the snow. It's in the soil, especially through slow release fertilizers, because fertilizer is encapsulated by plastic. It's found in all kinds of food because everything is packaged in plastic. Just think about it. Every time you go to the grocery store and buy something, it's wrapped in plastic, sealed in plastic, etc. Your brain and other organs in your body contain plastic. Scientists have already shown this. Operations on cadavers have looked at brain tissue and found that a brain can contain almost a thimbleful of plastic. It's found in breast milk. It's everywhere in litter, around highways, everywhere you look. There's litter of plastics. It's a very, very complex problem, plastics. Approximately 16,000 chemicals make up plastics, and they come in hard, soft, flexible, all kinds of uses. Coffee pots, furniture, dashboards of cars, colored plastic, and their composition is all different, and so they can't all be handled when you throw them away or discard them. They can't all be handled the same. All plastic is not the same. Can they really be recycled? The answer is no, not really. Only about 5 to 6% of plastics in the United States are recycled. And you know what happens to recycling in the United States when you throw something away? It gets into the landfill, put on barges, or burned. And tracking devices that have been put into throwaway bins with plastic water bottles and plastic containers has been tracked and found to be located and emit from a landfill. So it's not very encouraging. And here's the other issue about plastics that disturbs me, is that the oil industry and big business about plastics that started this industry in the 70s really intended for a one-use only product. It was to be thrown away. And I think they knew at the time in the 70s that it was very difficult for it to degrade and break down, and it didn't seem to matter to them that that was an issue, because it was always just a single-use item. And years later, there was the issue of, well, we're going to start recycling. And there was a big effort in the 90s to recycle and to educate the public about recycle and governments to recycle. And these small particles that break down in plastics, they get in the food source and outside of the containers they're in, and it doesn't matter what you do with these products. You can throw them away, you can melt them, you can reform them, and they only can really be utilized sometimes 3 or 4 times and be reformulated. And unless the United States decides something to educate the public and to help the public understand that plastics is public enemy number 1, we're going to have to deal with the health effects of plastics for a long time to come, because there are heart issues, carotid artery possibilities of stroke, and there is a huge health impact. Some hope. There is hope in Norway and Europe. They're doing things there that are possibly going to reduce plastics in the world. So please remember that Fred and John Talks, even though we're about connections of people and encouraging people to congregate and connect and help and share with each other, we want you to disconnect from plastics. That's my message today, is disconnect from plastics. Thank you. Other athletes that spend hours in the gym, hours performing, hours training, you see them drinking from plastic water bottles. You know, we're all being influenced by that. Younger people are being influenced by that, by the fact that they're picking up plastic water bottles and drinking them and carrying them around. And I don't understand why the trainers and the people who are spending hours with their athletes, getting their muscles in tone, getting them ready for a sport, why they don't give them stainless steel containers to drink from. That's one of the solutions for plastics, is to introduce something else and drink from stainless steel or some other product.